radio?
Right here, Sergeant Sullivan.
Frequency?
4475.
Yeah, check. You got any smoke?
2 of them, Sergeant.
That's good. Okay, this is where we're going now. We're going over in that tree line where we had all the trouble last week. Right. Now, in case we... And tell Leo now, tell him so he can tell his PFs. That's where we're going. And in case we get into a jam again, we've got supporting arms. I've got artillery pre-plotted out there. We've got concentration 010 Alpha. It's right on the edge of the tree line. Bravo is right in the center about where that grave is. And Charlie's right on the end of the tree line there. Tell him that.
Chúng tôi có thể đi công tác ở vùng kia, ở Đền An, và ở đó nếu chúng tôi gặp người Cộng sản có thể lấy.
This is a civilian casualty of the Vietnam War, shot by the Viet Cong in their terror campaign against the populace of South Vietnam. The crime, courage and a desire for freedom. Such tactics are designed to instill fear into the hearts and minds of these people. But this grip of fear is being broken throughout the First Corps area by a combined action program, a unique partnership of hand-picked Marines and Vietnamese militiamen known as Popular Forces, or PFs. The PF is a part-time soldier whose mission is to defend the village in which he lives. In the past, the PFs were not able to put up more than a token opposition to the Viet Cong. In most cases, they lacked the aggressive leadership and necessary military knowledge.
It's the safety. Yeah, right here.
It's these two ingredients, leadership and knowledge, that the Marines contribute to the Combined Action Partnership.
Put it down. You cannot fire it. See?
The successful Combined Action Marine is a mixture of warrior, diplomat, teacher, and engineer. He's a volunteer with at least 6 months combat experience in South Vietnam. After he's selected for the Combined Action Program, the prospective Marine is sent to a special school for 9 days of intensive instruction. Much of this time is spent in learning a basic Vietnamese vocabulary.
We speak. Đêm nay chúng ta đi tuần tiễu ở đâu? Now, I speak first. Đêm nay chúng ta đi tuần tiễu ở đâu? Đêm nay chúng ta đi tuần tiễu ở đâu? Hey, you speak.
Đêm nay chúng ta
đi tuần tiễu. Đi tuần tiễu ở đâu? You. Đêm nay chúng ta đi tuần tiễu ở đâu?
Also, Vietnamese
Can anyone
customs.
here tell me what should have happened when this patrol came into the village? What's the first thing that should have happened? Go for the Hamlet chief. Exactly. Here's the Hamlet chief over here with the bonds. Now, you may recall that we talked about the fact that age is important here in Vietnam. The oldest person is venerated, particularly the male. And so the first person that this patrol should have contacted was the village chief or the oldest person around, of course.
Today I'm going to teach you the Oriental chess game the Vietnamese call Co Tung. There are 2 reasons that I'm going to teach you this game. The first reason is because this is a part of Vietnamese custom and part of their culture. And you, as members of the CAP, will want to be able to become part of the village by knowing some of their customs and becoming acquainted with their culture. you'll be able to get a lot closer to them.
Sergeant Carol Soap of Dallas, Texas, leads a combined action team in the village of Hoa Phu, about 15 miles outside of Da Nang. He's lived there for more than a year, with 13 other Marines and a Navy hospital corpsman. Hoa Phu's defense is his responsibility. Sergeant Soap is operational military commander of the village, advisor to the village chief, and chief instructor in military skills.
What I want you to tell them, what I'm going to give this little class on, after the incident the other night, I want to be sure that at least some of these Neoquins here understand how to call in orders. And so we just want to get real basic on this.
The interpreter is another Marine, Sergeant John Fitzpatrick.
Chỉ hỏi về chúng tôi cách nghĩa và nếu có câu họ chưa hiểu.
Through classes like these and on-the-job training during daily patrols, the Marines hope the PFs of Hoa Phu someday will be able to defend their village by themselves. Sergeant Soap and his men are working hard to win acceptance by the villagers. The close association with their PF counterparts help. So are Marine attempts to learn more about the Vietnamese way of life. Part of their job in this village is trying to make life a little bit better for the people. The village had never had regular medical attention before Navy Hospital Corpsman Richard Irish opened up shop. Doc Irish treats as many as 50 patients a day, most for cuts and skin ulcers. There's also the difficult cases, war wounds, serious illnesses, and even childbirth. Sergeant Fitzpatrick believes neighbors should be able to communicate with each other.
This is an English class. Lớp học này là một lớp học tiếng Anh. Bằng tiếng Anh là this is an English class.
The Marines instruct in other ways by creating the initiative that leads the villagers to help themselves. The village of Hoa Phu never had a playground for their school. The Marines showed them how, and in accomplishing this simple act, along with their numerous others, began to win friends. But trust was slow in coming. These people had been promised security before, by the French, by Ho Chi Minh, by earlier Saigon governments, even by the Viet Cong. It was a slow process, but gradually the people began to understand the personal commitment of each Marine to fight, perhaps die, in defense of his adopted village. Hoa Phu is considered a secure village now. What does this mean to the people who live there? It means open schools, where children can gain the knowledge necessary for a free and prosperous future. Security means medical care for the sick and injured, anytime it's needed.
How long ago was you at the hospital?
He said a few good now.
How many days was you at the hospital?
Ở ngồi bệnh sốt.
Security has meant free elections, the first in village history. A chance for men to make their voices heard at the local and national level, to choose their own leaders. Security means freedom from terror, from the midnight visits of the VC tax collector. The farmer's rice is now his own. Hoa Phu stays secure because Sergeant Soap and his men are willing to pay the price.
Golf 6, Quebec 4 out, Lord.
Their day and night patrols and ambushes have made it risky for the Viet Cong to try to enter this village.
This is a typical combined action patrol. Actually, using these popular force troops makes it easier for us to do our job. These people were raised around this area. They know where the Viet Cong are. They know who the Viet Cong are. They know the trails. They know the places where the ambushes have been held in the past 3 or 4 months, the past 2 years, the past 3 years. Also, this combined action program has grown into a tremendous intelligence resource. We get help from these people all the time, every day, every night. They're continuously coming into our area, giving us ideas where the VC might be, where they might be working. For example, about 2 weeks ago, there was a platoon of Viet Cong in our area. Several people came into my IP here, let me know where they are. I mounted out a patrol, and we met the enemy, surprised them, and chased them completely out of the area. We couldn't do this without the help of these Vietnamese Popular Force troops. These people are great. They're professionals. They don't get paid much money. They don't get much recognition, and they don't have a lot of prestige outside of their own village. But they are protecting their own village, and as far as I'm concerned, they're the real heroes of this war. They can lay in an ambush site for 2 or 3 hours without moving. They know their job. They know who the VC are. They know who's left home, who's left their village area, and become VC. And without these people's help, it'd be awfully hard for us to do our job.
The Marines of the Combined Action Program believe in what they're doing. They're young, most in their late teens or early 20s. But they know what they want, and they're willing to do what is necessary to get the job done, to keep South Vietnam free.